Alex, a little less intense, a little bit more crisp out there today. You guys look like you were having fun.
Yeah, I thought that was honestly an awesome practice. We were getting up and down the rink really hard, with a focus on making plays and driving our feet towards the net, finishing at the net. So, again, I think one of our better practices in a while. Mood was high, the puck was going in for a lot of guys, and it was just a really good day of work.
When you guys set up after yesterday, good scrimmage, good intense practice yesterday, you get into today knowing you have tomorrow off, what's the mindset?
Yeah, I think it's just, tacking on another day of hard work. 3 days here. It seems like it's been a while since we had 3 days in a row to practice. So with this little layoff that we earned with our efforts this season, I think it was important for us to ramp up here. And I definitely felt something today. I felt like we were getting up the ice really hard. Guys were driving, yelling, celebrating. It was a fun practice.
When you guys come back on Sunday, you'll know who you face in the next round. How will that change going into next week and what you guys focus on?
Yeah, I think, depending on whether it's Laval or Utica, we'll definitely maybe have a couple things that tactically change depending on who it is. But at the same time, we know both those opponents pretty well, and I think we know that the most important thing is, putting our best foot forward. I think when we take care of things and play the right way, I think we stand a really good chance.
Mac, I know you've been skating already, but how good is it to get back with the main group?
Yeah, for sure. Like you said, I've already been skating probably a little over a month now, but just on my own with one coach. It definitely gets a little old at times, so to be here with the team, be in the dressing room with the team, it's great. It's great for my morale. It's great to be here.
This practice, too. Crisp practice here today. What do you guys work on?
Yeah, we got this 10-day break until first round, so we just want to get crisp. We want to keep our legs going. These guys have been playing games for a while, so they don't want to get out of game shape. And for me, I'm just trying to hop back in here and do as best as I can, help the team get better.
You guys are going to find out who your opponent is by the time you practice next. You get a day off Saturday. I'm sure you're not looking for a day off necessarily, but how good is it to know into that next one? How important is it to know who that opponent is and what you guys work on from there?
Yeah, for sure. I think both teams have similarities. In the AHL, they got good players, good teams everywhere. They're going to come be hard on your D, so we got to be ready for that. But coach is doing a good job getting video from the games that they are playing, giving it to us, so we're ready for it.
You guys a strong defensive team. Utica's a strong defensive team. Laval, one of the better offensive teams. Do you work more? Is there more focus on defense once the playoffs roll around here?
Yeah, for sure. We definitely want to tighten up defensively. In playoffs, it's all about not giving up anything. The goals will come if you're working, but it's definitely trying to keep the pucks out of our net. But with that being said, we're also trying to refine things offensively and getting to that playoff mentality. It's a lot different hockey than regular season. We got to be ready for that.
Greg, a little less intense practice, but a crisp one out there that had a lot of speed to it. Was that your intent coming into the practice before you get a day off?
Well, I guess it depends on how you define intense. I thought it was a really intense practice with a lot of good pace and focus and execution. The energy was really up today, so it's good that we're building in the right direction as the week goes on.
A lot of net front presence worked on today. Something that you're focusing on definitely going into the playoffs here?
Yeah, anytime you need to create offense, getting bodies and pucks around the crease, especially taking the goalie's eyes away in the offensive zone and just off the rush, making sure that we're challenging their net every chance we can and using our speed to our advantage.
What do you like coming out of a practice like that in a week that you have put together here this week? What do you like about your squad going into another week of practice when you're going to know your opponent?
Yeah, we've had different things to focus on each day. Today was a little bit more up and down the rink, where last couple of days we had the scrimmage and there was a lot more small area, shrinking space, and didn't get it moving as much. So we tried to get that out of the way. There were important details we had to work through and coach through. Going into a day before a day off, we wanted to make sure we had a lot of pace and a lot of feel-good puck play getting up and down the rink. I thought we accomplished that today, and you can tell the camaraderie is good going into the day off, so that hopefully when we come back after the day off, guys are focused and energized for that day as well.
You're going to know who your opponent is come Sunday. Does that change a little bit of what you're going to work on, or do you just still work on what the Toronto Marlies need to work on?
No, it'll certainly play a factor. There's still a lot of things that we want to focus on ourselves, but there'll be items within that in the drills, based on who we find out we're going to play, that will make sure we're touching on some details.
How nice to have Mac Hollowell back in the lineup, or back on the ice and in full practice.
Yeah, it was nice to have him back with the main group today for the first day. He looked really good out there. I know a lot of guys have missed him. I know he's missed being part of the big team practice, so a lot of smiles for him.